Well, hi guys. I have our Bible story for this week, and it is from Leviticus chapter 25. And as we've already talked about, it's about God's Jubilee. And Jubilee, like we talked about, is about celebration and it's about rest. So it's about celebrating all that God has done, and it's about restoring the people, and it's about resting so that you can be refreshed to move on and continue to follow God. So this is what happened in Leviticus 25. The people of Israel journeyed through the vast wilderness for many years. Finally, they arrived at Mount Sinai, where they rested. And God gave instructions to their leader Moses for their life together in the new land. These were the things that God said. In this land, we will practice Sabbath together. This will happen not only on the seventh day, but on the seventh year. For 6 years, we will do our regular work and plant seeds. We'll grow, we'll prune and harvest fruits. But in the seventh year, we'll let the land rest. Even the land needs peace and quiet. Everyone will be able to harvest and eat whatever the land gives us in the seventh year. In the 50th year, we'll celebrate Jubilee together. This will be like the Sabbath every 7 years, where we'll let the land rest. It will be a fresh start for the whole community. The land and the people and everyone will go to their own homes and be together in joy. It is a holy time, and we will be fed and nourished by whatever the land gives us. In this time, we will respond with justice by giving fresh starts. This means that we will be fair and honest to one another. We will take care of those who are sick and alone, old, or need help. We will welcome people who are from different countries, and they will be like family. We will work for people's freedom. We will all work together to help everyone rest and rejoice in God's abundance. I will bless the land during this years so that you don't have to work the land. I promise we will all be fed and nourished by the land's gifts. So, as you listen to this story, God made promises to the children of Israel. He promised that if they let the land rest, and if they were fair and honest, and if they took care of one another, and took care of the people that were sick, took care of the people that were from other places, and welcomed them as family, if they really took joy in all that God had done for them, that God would provide for them. So I have some questions, and this is your coloring and question sheet for this week. You'll find it on the website. You can download it, you can color it, you can ask these questions around the table with your family at dinner as you talk about the year of Jubilee with your family. So the first question, what are some of the things God wanted the Israelites to do and why? We already talked about some of these things. What do you think? Well, he wanted them to be fair and honest. He wanted them to welcome people. He wanted them to show joy, and he wanted them to let the land rest. And more than anything, I think he wanted them to trust that he would provide. But why do you think those things were so important? I'll leave that question for you and your family to answer around the table. What does it feel like to rest? That's an interesting question. I can't answer that question for you because It might be different for you than for me. For me, when I finally get to rest, like when I finally get to go on vacation, which I can't wait to go on vacation this year, it feels like I finally can get away and I don't have to worry about anything. I can just go and relax and not have to think about whether or not I'm gonna have to make dinner because we can go out to dinner, or not have to worry about coming back and doing the dishes. I get to just not think about anything but having fun. But I don't know, what is it like for you to rest? When I get to rest, then when I come back and I am ready to go and I'm more focused, and I come back and I can't wait to get started on doing new things at church, new things with my kids, helping them get started with new schoolwork or new projects, or helping my husband to get started with new projects around the house because my mind's had the chance to relax. But what's it like for you? What's it like for mom and dad to rest? Ask your family around the table, why is rest important? Let's see the next question. Why do you think it's important to have a fresh start? We talked about fresh starts, didn't we? We talked about my niece Katie and her husband Landon having a fresh start with their wedding. We talked about fresh starts with babies being born. We talked about fresh starts with a fresh new school year coming up and starting. Why do you think fresh starts are important? I'll let you answer that. I'm sure you can come up with some good reasons why fresh starts are important. Why do you think it's important for the land to rest? That's a really good question. That's something that you might want to maybe you and mom and dad can get around the computer and look up on the internet and see if you can find good reasons why it's a good idea sometimes to maybe give your garden a rest and maybe have a season where you don't plant anything in your garden or different things like that. See why it's important for the land to have an opportunity to rest. Or is it important? I don't know. Maybe God just said that for the fun of it. I don't know. You figure it out. You tell me. Maybe you can tell me in the comments what you found out on the Facebook page. Go on the Facebook page in the comments. Tell me why you think it's important. Now I want you to imagine together. Imagine that you were the Israelite children and you were had been out there wandering in the wilderness, and you finally got to Mount Sinai and you got these commands from God. How do you imagine that these people felt about this command? This command to be fair and honest and just. This command to welcome everybody. This command to let the land rest. This command to trust God enough to provide so that you didn't have to work the land one year out of 7. You didn't work the land and you trusted God to provide. How do you think they felt? Were they a little bit scared that maybe God wouldn't quite provide? Or do you think they felt relieved that they'd have a chance to rest? What do you think? How do you think the land felt about this command? You think the land, if you were the land, would you be happy to have this opportunity to, for 1 year, you don't have to worry about somebody coming and plowing you up and digging you up and planting new seeds in you, and you having to wait for the rains to come and having to push seeds out of you? What do you think? If you were the land, how do you think you'd feel about this commandment to rest? You think you'd be excited about it? Now imagine if you were the sick or the lonely or the old, or if you were from a different country. How do you think those people felt when they heard about this command from God? Were they excited and happy? Were they a little bit nervous that the people wouldn't obey the command? I don't know. What do you think? Talk about these things around the table with your moms and dads and brothers and sisters and grandparents and whoever you sit around the table with. I would love to hear some of your responses to some of these questions. And remember that this will be on the website, so you can download it and give me your responses in the comment section, okay? All right. Now, remember that the next video will be the last video for Compassion Camp. And my husband has a special surprise for you for our craft time. So you won't want to miss it, okay? So be watching for it. All right, guys, bye-bye.